presentation. But I just want to very briefly talk about the initiatives that Bihar government, our Department of Information Technology, has taken in the area of e-governance, and would also like to invite your attention to the fact that even though the state as such has been somewhat of a latecomer into inviting entrepreneurs in the field of information technology to come and work in Bihar, despite all the handicaps that were there inherent in our system. We have worked tirelessly over the last few years to make Bihar into an attractive investment destination for information technology projects. And I will also briefly talk about what we are doing in that direction. But as far as e-governance initiatives are concerned, let me very briefly tell you that our focus has been to bring or to use information technology for use by common citizens to access services and to make information available to them as easily as possible and as transparently as possible. And as all of you know, most of you would be knowing that many of our mission mode projects which have been sponsored by the Government of India are focused in this particular direction, but our special emphasis in the state has been on developing applications and using IT to be able to specifically empower the citizens in terms of not just being able to, we already have enabled something called the RSTP, Right to Service platform in the entire state, which is a state-funded project. And this particular project enables you to seek from the government a service or a reply or information within a time-bound framework, and we are trying to integrate this with our e-district project, which is something which many of you may be aware of and which has been running in other states also. Alongside a rollout of e-district, which has already seen a pilot run in 4 of our districts, we are trying to roll it out over the entire state and integrate it with the Right to Service platform. One of the major challenges in e-governance in the state has been that over the years, several projects have been taken up, and many of them have been working on standalone platforms. We have several MIS projects like Comprehensive Treasury Management Information System. Similarly, the projects in criminal tracking and criminal management information system. And there are several standalone platforms which have been operating, and the challenge today is to really integrate them onto one comprehensive platform. And for this, we are trying to move into the direction where we can use our very ambitious state data center to be able to integrate all these platforms. And in as much as we are trying to do this, the focus, the central focus for this right now is this project called the State Services Delivery Gateway. Just last week, I had a chance to review the progress of this particular project, and we found that while its speed hasn't really picked up as well as it should have, this particular project of state services delivery gateway enables, once it is fully functional and fully operational, it will enable a citizen to access through a portal information from across 52 departments of the state. And this portal would be a very comprehensive portal where you can not only access information but also access services from the state, because eventually what we are planning is integrating all those standalone platforms like eShakti, eDistrict, and other MIS platforms, and enable the citizen to be able to access all those services through this particular project. Eventually, we are also by upscaling the state data center, we are also looking at cutting our teeth into big data management, and for that we are looking at upgrading our state data center, not to be able to comprehensively fulfill the requirements of going into big data analytics, but at a very preliminary level, at a very preparatory level. That is what we are looking at, and this of course is in very embryonic stages right now, but we do hope that eventually all the data, the huge amount of data that will be generated through each of these platforms, that can be meaningfully utilized for other more ambitious e-governance projects. So let me not take much of your time, because we are already running short of it, and if I go into the details of each of these projects and each of the facilities that we are trying to create for promoting Bihar as an attractive investment destination, we would be running hopelessly out of time, and I'm acutely aware of my responsibilities as a chairperson for this session, which Mr. Chandrasekhar has handed over to me. I would finish off here, and I hope that we can have a more meaningful interaction session thereafter, but a brief one. I would be grateful if people can keep their questions brief. Thank you.